Hey, welcome my friends to the channel. My name is Robin and this is Oracle Rising. So guys, I'm doing videos that sort of highlight like what is going on with humanity and trying to exit the matrix and just how we can basically do a better job of being human. So I used to write articles for a few different publications, and this one I'm going to read from Cockroach Zine. My friend used to put this together, but she's not doing it anymore. But I was reading through, and there's a particularly interesting article that I think is it's going to hit home a little bit. It's called Garbage Planet that I wrote. And I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so you're going to hear that a couple times in this article. So I noticed that I was inspired to write this after walking around our city, right? So it's almost impossible to drive or walk through any city without noticing trash littering the ground. In some cities, such as Winnipeg, when the conditions are just right, residents are treated to a garbage tornado. Have you seen one? It's a tiny little whirlwind spinning with empty chip bags, cigarette butts, fast food wrappers, and what have you. It's disgusting. So, with all the garbage and recycling bins dotted around cities, some people still feel the need to have others clean up after their messes. What is running through a litterbug's brain as they shove an empty soda can out the open window of a vehicle? Do they expect their parents to come bustling along, tisk-tisking and cleaning up after them? Hello, snap out of it, people. Is the root cause of this penchant to litter due to the fact that city dwellers don't see the long-term effect of tossing trash? Perhaps everyone needs to take a break from city lights and go somewhere a little bit slower and cleaner to get a grip on the importance of putting trash where it belongs. By reconnecting with nature, we all might be inspired to step up efforts to reduce and recycle and keep our living spaces clean. We might even be inspired to pick up someone else's trash rather than step over it. Knowing that the world around us relies on our actions should be reason enough, but there are far too many people occupied with other thoughts. It seems a pity that on top of all else that goes on in the world, the human race has added on top, like an inglorious cherry, a filthy layer of waste. Thankfully, there are city services in place to alleviate some of the endless rivers of garbage we generate. However, these services are unable to keep up with the constant and nonstop barrage of litter. Even when staff and equipment collect stuffed and overflowing bins, they leave a trail of trash behind. In their haste, rubbish meant for the landfill ends up in the streets, back lanes, and sidewalks. These scraps are blithely ignored by residents and passersby until the wind removes them. Unfortunately, the wind replaces what has been borne away, and as such, the garbage takes on a life of its own. Should there be a garbage collectors to clean up after the garbage collectors? What's going on? Whose job is that anyway? In some European cities, it is the duty of shopkeepers and homeowners to tidy up to the middle of the street in front of their properties. I lost my spot. Okay, which seems to be a rather brilliant idea. Perhaps all cities and urban centers should implement the same street cleaning strategy in order to promote a healthier environment. Judging, however, from the backlash against a suggestion in Winnipeg that all sidewalk snow removal be done by individuals rather than city crews, the likelihood of making residents clean streets is rather low. And why? As a collective, are we so disconnected from the earth itself that we feel infuriated by the task of keeping it clean? Or are we content with wind-whipped wrappers and trash-lined streets? Rather, we should take the challenge to ourselves to return our cities to pristine and clutter-free conditions. Our pride in our communities and respect for each other and the planet that hosts us should be the driving force behind our desire to leave as small a footprint as possible. While a small portion of the population may be valiantly attempting to clean up after the majority, the task is far too daunting for the minority to accomplish alone. Our water supplies, our wildlife, our protected spaces all teeter on the edge of oblivion due to the slovenly spoiled behaviors of our world's populace. The sky is falling, and we are busily pointing fingers at others to clean up our mess so we can continue on in a fog of ignorance. What more of a wake-up call do we need? Is global warming in a Texas-sized island of oceanic trash not enough? Should we all not care more, do more, ask for better? The earth, our children, and indeed ourselves deserve far better than what we are currently giving. So, I mean, this is just something that really just drives me nuts. You know, whenever I'm just kind of walking around, like I have a dog and I walk her, right? I mean, it's like, don't touch that, don't eat that, you know, it's disgusting, and I just don't even know what's going on, guys. So, like, I make a practice out of picking up at least one piece of trash, garbage, recycling, whatever, while I'm out walking. And I walk quite a bit. So I just really want to challenge everybody to pick up something while they're out there, and put it away in a recycling bin or a garbage bin, regardless if it's yours or not. So guys, we really just need to start taking better care of the planet. I mean, some people are saying it's too late, but for me, it's never too late. I mean, this is where we live, right? So we really should be taking better care of our planet. So I hope you enjoyed this article, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys back here for another time. Take care. Bye.